Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 8th of April 2023. Let's start with our session. Mahila Nidhi is the first ever women's cooperative fund launched by which state or the Union Territory? So this Mahila Nidhi is the first ever women's cooperative fund that has been launched by Rajasthan state. And who's the Chief Minister of Rajasthan? Mr. Ashok Gehlot. And he approved a proposal for giving 8% interest subsidy on the loans obtained by the members of Women's Self-Help Group from this Mahila Nidhi. Okay. So Mahila Nidhi is basically operated entirely by women and acts as a complementary body with the formal banking system. Fine. So this is the first ever women's cooperative fund launched by the state Rajasthan. And Rajasthan was also in news these days because of a festival named as Lakhi Mela. Okay. So you can be asked that which state organized the Lakhi Mela? Answer is Rajasthan. Now these days Himachal Pradesh government is in news. Why? Because recently it has repealed the Loktantra Prahari Samman Act. Okay, so the act provided a monthly pension of 20,000 rupees to the people who lodged in the jails during the emergency from 1975 to 1977. And now the repeal of the act shall not affect the previous operations of the said act. So you can be asked that which state has repealed the Loktantra Prahari Samman Act? Answer would be Himachal Pradesh. Next is, which country has recently voted to ban the rental e-scooters? So in a non-binding referendum held in the country France, 89.03% of the votes casted were opposed to the freestanding scooters which are booked on a short-term basis through the applications. And these rental e-scooters which were introduced in the year 2018 were there to promote green alternatives for the cars. And city will completely ban these devices by 1st of September this year. Okay. So here correct answer would be France. Now a few days back we have seen that the World Health Organization has declared 2 countries as completely malaria free countries. And which are these? First is Azerbaijan and second is Tajikistan, right? Now can you tell me which city was the host for the first Trade and Investment Working Group meeting? This is the city Mumbai. It is being held under India's G20 presidency. Next is, which state is the host of the COPE India exercise? So the Air Forces of India and the US are set to conduct the COPE India exercise from 10th of April to 21st of April in the state West Bengal. And the objective is to improve interoperability. Also you have to remember that Japan will be the observer for this particular exercise. So COPE India exercise is between India and US, and this year the venue is West Bengal. And which country is the observer country? This is Japan. Now if we talk about the recently concluded exercises, first is Bold Kurukshetra. Bold Kurukshetra is between India and Singapore, right? And which state is the venue for this event? Answer is Jodhpur. Jodhpur, Rajasthan. Now there is this Fringex exercise. It is important because it is the first ever military exercise between India and France. And which state was the host for this event? This is Kerala. Okay. Next is Dust Lick exercise. Dust Lick is the exercise between India and Uzbekistan country, and this year venue was Uttarakhand. Fine. Next is, which country hosted the first India Central Asia Culture Ministers meeting? So Minister of Culture, Tourism and Development of Northeastern Region, Mr. G. Kishan Reddy, hosted this first India Central Asia Culture Ministers meeting virtually, and the culture ministers of Kazakhstan country, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan participated in the meeting. So India has hosted this particular meeting. Fine. Now, which country has launched a law that mandates the firms to reveal their gender pay gaps by early 2024? This is the country Australia. Actually, Australia has the gender pay gap of 13.3% in 2023, and that's why they have launched a new law that mandates the firms with over 100 employees to reveal their gender pay gaps by early 2024. And this is expected to make businesses more accountable and improve the working conditions of women in the country, right? Next is Christina Koch, who was seen in the news recently, is associated with which profession? Actually, NASA has recently named the first woman and the first African American ever assigned as astronauts to a lunar mission. And this is Christina Koch. Basically, she is an engineer who already holds the record for the longest continuous space flight by a woman, and now she was named as a mission specialist along with Victor Glover, who is a US Navy aviator who was selected as the Artemis II pilot as well. Fine. So Christina Koch is in news these days, and she is an astronaut. Now, many times we have talked about Shalza Dhami. Why she is important? Because she is the very first woman officer in Indian Air Force to command the frontline combat unit. Okay, so that's why Shalza Dhami is really important. And who's the India's very first woman Rafale pilot? This is Shivangi Singh, right? Next is, which company unveiled the laser systems to shoot down incoming unmanned aerial vehicles? So two of the Japanese firms recently unveiled their respective laser systems which will be used to shoot down incoming unmanned aerial vehicles or the drones. So this laser system is an anti-drone weapon, you can say, and it is capable of neutralizing the drones at a distance of 1.2 kilometers within just 2 to 3 seconds. Fine. Actually, here it should be country, right? Japan was also in news because of its H3 rocket these days because it experienced an engine failure. And Shijian-21 is a satellite of which country? It belongs to China. And Nuri is the rocket of which country? Answer would be South Korea. Next is, Basoli painting is a famous painting based in which Indian country? State, here it should be. Based in which Indian state? So Basoli painting is a world famous painting from Kathua district from the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. And why it is important? Because recently it has received the GI tag. So as we know that geographical indication means GI is a form of intellectual property right that identifies the goods originating from a specific geographical location and having the distinct nature, quality and characteristics linked to that particular location, right? So Basoli painting has recently got the GI tag and it is associated with Jammu and Kashmir. Now let's see a few other products from Jammu and Kashmir who have already got the GI tag. First is the Chikri wool craft. Okay. Next is the Kashmiri saffron. And another is Kani shawls. And next is Pashmina. Pashmina fabric. Okay. So these are the some products from Jammu and Kashmir that have already got the GI tag. Next is Aroma Mission has been originally launched in which Indian state or the Union Territory? So Aroma Mission started off in Jammu and Kashmir and aim is to promote the cultivation of aromatic crops for the manufacture of essential oils which are in high demand in the aroma industry. So Himachal Pradesh government is set to collaborate with the central government on this initiative to replicate its success seen in the Jammu and Kashmir. Fine. So Aroma Mission has been originally launched in Jammu and Kashmir and it is in news because now Himachal Pradesh government has decided to collaborate with the central government to launch this Aroma Mission in their state as well. Fine. Next is National Buildings Construction Corporation functions under which union ministry? So National Building Construction Corporation is a central public sector enterprise that comes under the aegis of Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. And recently it bagged an order worth 488.02 crore rupees from the Department of Border Management for the construction of the borders and the roads with a length of 8.58 kilometers. Okay. So this body functions under Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Now recently we have seen that Ministry of Defence has signed a contract with Bharat Dynamics Limited for the production and supply of Akash weapon system for Indian Army, right? Also Defence Ministry has signed a contract with BEL and NSIL to support the modernization of India's armed forces and make them self-sufficient. Okay, and this contract was worth around 8161 crore rupees. You can be asked that Defence Ministry has signed a contract on Akash weapon system with which particular institute or organization? Answer is Bharat Dynamics Limited. Which country has banned English and other foreign languages in official communication? Finally, Italy has banned English and other foreign languages in official communication, and now the Italians who use English and other foreign words in official communication could face the fines of up to 1 lakh pounds, or you can say $1,08,705. So now Italy has banned the English and other foreign languages in their official communication. Which country has invited Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit as a guest at the annual Bastille Day parade? So France country has invited our Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Paris as a guest at the annual Bastille Day parade in the month of July. So Prime Minister and French President Emmanuel Macron are expected to discuss a number of major agreements, including those on the Indo-Pacific region, nuclear power and defense, as the two countries mark the 25th year of their strategic partnership. Fine. So this is the country France. Now let's see important guest in our country. Who was the guest at this year's Republic Day parade? This is President of Egypt, Mr. Abdul Fattah al-Sisi, right? And who was the chief guest at NRI Day? This is the President of Guyana country, Mr. Muhammad Irfan Ali. Fine. When do we observe the NRI Day? It is observed every year on 9th of January to commemorate the day when Mahatma Gandhi came back to India from South Africa in the year 1915. Fine. Petravitova, who won the Miami Open crown, is from which country? So she is from Czech Republic and she has defeated Elena Rybakina to win her first Miami Open crown. And Elena Rybakina belongs to the country Kazakhstan. So talking about Petravitova, she has already won the Wimbledon trophy in 2011 and 2014. And talking about the men's game in Miami Open, the winner was Daniil Medvedev, and this was his 4th trophy of the season. Fine. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with our revision session, in which we are doing the current affairs revision for the month of February, and this is part 9 in the series. So today we'll be doing the questions from 121 up to question number 135. Let's start. First is, which planet has the highest number of moons as of 2023? So Jupiter recently became the planet with the most number of moons because a dozen of new moons were discovered around it. And with this, it has surpassed the planet Saturn. Right? Which telescope has been selected for the 2023 John L. Jack Swigert Jr. Award for Space Exploration? This is James Webb Telescope. Okay. Basically, this award is a prestigious award from the Space Foundation, and this year it has been given to James Webb Telescope. How many satellites were placed in the orbit aboard the SSLV D2 launch vehicle of ISRO? Answer is 3. Actually, ISRO successfully launched its second developmental flight of SSLV, means Small Satellite Launch Vehicle D2, and it placed 3 satellites into the Earth's orbit. Which company launched the world's first satellite-based two-way messaging system? Answer would be Qualcomm. As per a recent report, what was the top financial activity done in India in the last 12 months? So as per the latest report, over 1/3 of the urban Indians have claimed that their disposable income have decreased in the last 12 months, and that's why putting money in their savings was the topmost financial activity done in India in the past 12 days. Second was the health insurance, and the third priority was investment in stock and shares. Okay. Next is, as per the annual report of International Energy Agency, which region will use half of the world's electricity by 2025? So according to a new forecast, Asia will use half of the world's electricity by 2025 for the first time, and China will be consuming more electricity than European Union, US and India combined. Prime Minister recently flagged off 2 Vande Bharat trains in which Indian state? So recently he flagged off 2 Vande Bharat trains in Maharashtra state. And with this, the number of Vande Bharat express trains running from Mumbai will increase to 3, and total count will go up to 10 for the country. Natalia Gabrielita stepped down from the position of Prime Minister of which country? So she is the former Prime Minister of the country, Moldova. Which application has been India's most accessible application for the persons with disabilities in a recent report? This is WhatsApp. So WhatsApp has been named as India's most successful application for PWD in terms of online payment, messaging, e-commerce, food delivery, etc. Indian Institute of Science partnered with which company for research and development in electrostatic discharge protection? This is Samsung. So Samsung Semiconductor India Research and IISc have recently announced their partnership, and aim is to promote research and development in an on-chip electrostatic discharge protection. Okay. Which city is the host of India's first ever Formula E Championship? Answer is Hyderabad. Geraldine Anika, who was seen in the news recently, is associated with which sport? Answer is badminton. So she became the first woman deaf Olympian to receive the prestigious Arjuna Award, and she holds the record of the youngest player to represent India in Summer Deaf Olympics at the age of just 13 years. Also, she clinched 3 gold medals at the 2021 Summer Deaf Olympics. A.B.K. Prasad, who was chosen for Raja Ram Mohan Roy National Award, is associated with which profession? Answer is journalist. So A.B.K. Prasad has been chosen for the prestigious Raja Ram Mohan Roy National Award for Excellence in Journalism, and this was announced by the Press Council of India, New Delhi. Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which Indian state or the Union Territory? It lies in Rajasthan state. Why it was in news? Because Rajasthan State Forest Department has proposed to construct a zoo inside the Keoladio National Park, popularly known as this Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary. Brigadier B.D. Mishra, retired, has been appointed as the governor or lieutenant governor of which Indian state or the Union Territory? So, President of India Draupadi Murmu appointed governors in 12 states and a Union Territory, while accepting the resignation of 2 other governors. Who are they? Bhagat Singh Koshyari from Maharashtra and Radha Krishna Mathur from Ladakh. So retired B.D. Mishra has been appointed as the Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh now. Fine. So these are the next 15 questions from the month of February, and tomorrow we'll be continuing it from here. That means we'll cover the question from 136 up to question number 150. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture, do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Meenu Hadsana signing off.